module 2, that is statistical models in simulation. Okay, here first we must know when we have to use the statistical models and where we have to use the statistical models. We know so many real world objects. When modeling these real world phenomena, we have to just represent the action of those real world phenomena within the system. Okay, these actions are unpredictable. We know real world objects, it is unpredictable. Usually it is unpredictable. We cannot just predict what the outcome of that particular real world phenomena. In such conditions, we have to use the statistical models. Okay, these statistical models are suitable to describe the unpredictable actions of the real world phenomena. Here, to model the random process, the modeler has to select an appropriate probability distribution function. Always, if we want to do something, we have to select the probability distribution function because we have to just check the probability. For example, I have some random numbers out of which how many random numbers are proper. For that, you have to take the probability. So, in order to model the random numbers or the random process of the real world objects, we have to just select the probability distribution. Okay, how to select this probability distribution? Now we'll see steps to select the probability distribution. First, you have to just sample the process, that is, you have to identify what is the process, and next you have to select the known distribution. We have so many distributions: continuous distribution, discrete distribution, probability distribution, cumulative distribution. Among those, which distribution is suitable for that particular process? Like that, you have to select the distribution, and next you have to estimate the values of the parameters of distribution. Means what is the outcome, what is the value you are getting out of that distribution, that you have to estimate, or you have to just find out that. Then you have to just test to see how good a fit has been obtained. Means, for example, we are just expecting 96% of the result, but it is giving, means at max 96% of the result we are expecting, but it is giving some 92% or 93%. And once again you take one more distribution, then it is giving 90%. So you have to just see how good a fit has been obtained, means how good the result has been obtained, that you have to check. These are the steps you have to select for probability distribution. Now we'll see some of the terminologies in order to just go with your actual statistical models. First one is discrete random variables. Before going for the discrete random variables, first you must know what do you mean by random variable. Already we have studied what is this random variables. There are variables which are randomly generated or called the random variables, is it not? That is a variable that assumes values in a irregular pattern. We cannot just assume or we cannot just predict the patterns how we are getting the random variables. That is called as your random variables. Means it is in irregular pattern, so only the name random. Okay, for example, here if I give some I'll use some rand function or the random function in your program. Random of 100 I'll give. If I give random of 100, from 0 to 100 it will give you the number. Okay, but we cannot just predict what numbers it will give from 0 to 100. That is irregular patterns. That is called as your random variable. Now, what do you mean by the discrete random variable? Here, if the number of possible values of x, for example, if I give n is equals to 20 means 20 random numbers will be generated. Okay, so here the number of possible values of x is finite. Okay, is finite. That is 0 to 100 means maximum you can give 100 values. That is finite. That is called as your discrete random variables. Here x is a random variable what you are generating. Okay, if then random number what you are generating is finite or it is countably infinite, then it is called a discrete random variable. Here xi, the small xi what we are taking are the possible random values or the possible values in the sense xi means these are the set of random variables, and P of xi is the probability of that random variable, probability of getting the random numbers. You can just predict what is the random number you can get, that is the probability. that is the probability that x is equals to xi, and p of xi must meet the following conditions. The probability of that variables must meet the condition. What is that? P of x must be always greater than or equal to 0 for all I, because you cannot get the negative values. Always it has to range from 0 to some n values. So always probability of xi should be greater than or equal to 0. Summation I is equals to 1 to infinity, p of xi is equals to 1, because here we are starting from 1 to infinity. So p of xi value should be always equal to 1. Okay, this two condition must satisfy for the probability of p of xi. And here the collection of pair, that is xi and p of xi, I value varies from 1 to 3 to n, are called the probability distribution. That is xi comma p of xi is called as the probability distribution of x, and this p of xi, that is probability of xi, is called as the probability mass function of x. This pair, if you have the random number and the probability of the random number, if you have this pair, then together we called as a probability distribution. But individually, if I take p of xi, then this p of xi is called as the probability mass function of x. X is a random variable. Okay. Now we have seen the continuous discrete random variable. Now we'll see what do you mean by this continuous random variables. What do you mean by this continuous random variables? If the values of x is an interval or a collection of interval, then x is called a continuous random variable. See, what do you mean by that? For example, if I give means I'm generating a random variable, I'll give an interval from 0 to 1. Okay, in between 0 and 1, all the continuously will get the random variables from 0 to 1, will not get after 1. Okay, if you specify any of the interval, within that interval continuously the random numbers will be generated. If you have any such interval, then that random variables will be called as continuous random variables. In discrete random variables, will be not having any interval. Okay, see, for example, I'm not specifying anything inside the random function, means it will generate the random number by its own. We cannot give any of the interval. Okay, that is called as discrete. You cannot predict what random number is coming. But in continuous random variables, if you specify from 0 to 1, from 0 to 1 only it will come. Or else if I specify from 50 to 100, then from 50 to 100 only the numbers will come. The numbers will come within that range. That is continuous random variables. Here also we have to just take the probability. Here the probability is represented using your differentiation function, that is dx. P of a less than equal to x less than equal to b. A and b are the intervals. For example, 0, 1 means a is equals to 0 and b is equals to 1. This function, this probability function is given as summation integral of a to b f of x dx. Okay, here the function f of x is called as the probability density function, okay, of the random variable x. And this probability density function, that is f of x, should meet some conditions. Then only we can say this has a continuous random variable which is having the probability density function. That is, for everything, f of x greater than or equal to 0 for all x in range, that is Rx. Rx means your range space. See, 0 to 1, if you are selecting, in between 0 and 1 you have some space to select the random numbers, that is called as the range space. This range space should be always greater than or equal to 0. That is the meaning of this. Then integral of Rx f of x dx is equals to 1. Okay, the range function, it should be equal to 1. Then f of x is equals to 0 if x is not in Rx. For example, if the random number for some reason if it is not generating within that range, then f of x is always equal to 0. Because if you have not given any range, you have not giving any range means it will by default it will take f of x is equals to 0, that is it will start from 0. Okay, for any specified value of x naught, that is 0, if f of x is equals to 0, if you have not specified the range, then p of x is equals to x naught is equals to 0. Okay, and the following equation means always it should not be a p of x less than equal to or less than equal to. It can be any of this form. All these forms are acceptable. I'll just show you the graphical representation of this equation. Means for this p a less than equal to x less than equal to b, for this one I'll just show you the graphical representation. This is the graphical representation. This is the probability density function, that is f of x, and this is x, your random variables. Means this is the range from 0 to infinity. You can have any random numbers in this range. Okay, but here this is a continuous distribution function. I am just specifying the range. See, from here to here, from 0 to infinity, you can select any range for your random numbers. From here to here, any random numbers can be generated. But here I am specifying the range. This is the range I am specifying. Okay, x is equals to a and x is equals to b, that is a to b. The random numbers what we are selected is within this range. Okay, so see, I am just showing shaded area represents the probability that x lies in the interval a comma b. Okay, so here what is the meaning of that? The random numbers what we are generating should be in between that range, that is in between a and then b. And with respect to this, we'll just take one problem. See, I'll just take the problem. Life of an inspection device is given by x, a continuous random variable with PDF. I'm just going with continuous random variable, not the discrete random variable. F of x is equals to 1 by 2 e power minus x by 2. X is greater than or equal to 0, 0 otherwise. Find the probability that the device life cycle is between 2 and 3 years. Okay, what is this here? The probability that the device life cycle is between 2 and 3 years. Here they have just given the range in between 2 and 3 years. So a value is 2 here and b value is 3. And we have a continuous distribution function, that is p a less than equal to x, that is f of x dx. F of x here it is given half 1 by 2 into e power minus x by 2, and a value is given, b value is given. You have to just find out p 2 less than equal to x less than equal to 3. The range is from 2 to 3. So integral from 2 to 3, 1 by 2 e power minus x by 2 dx. We know if you have any constant, then you have to just take it out. So I'll just write this equation like this. Then on applying the differentiation for this one, e power minus x2 divided by 1 by 2, that is the constant, minus 1 by 2 from 2 to 3. I'll just substitute this 2 and 3 in place of x. You will get e power minus 3 by 2 divided by minus 1 by 2, minus into minus you will get it as plus e divided by e. How you are getting e? That is 2 divided by 2 you will get, 2 and 2 will get cancelled, so e power 1 you will get, that is 1 by 2. If you calculate e power minus 3 by 2 value, you will get minus 0.223 plus 0.362 for e power 1. Then the value p 2 less than 3 is 0.145. So the probability that the device life cycle is between 2 and 3 is 0.4145. This is how you have to just calculate the continuous distribution. Okay, and then next I'll go for cumulative distribution function. Here the cumulative distribution function is given by f of x. What do you mean by this cumulative distribution function? This measures the probability that the random variable x assumes the value less than or equal to x. Okay, here it will just assumes the value less than or equal to x, that is f of x is equals to x less than equal to x, means the random variable, if you specify some range but the random number it is giving it as less than that number, that is called as your cumulative distribution function. Here in this cumulative distribution function, we have to check both for discrete function and for continuous function. If random variable is discrete, then f of x is given by p of x. Okay, but if x is continuous, if the given random number is continuous, then you have to just have f of x is minus infinity to x value you have to specify f of t dt. This is the cumulative distribution function. To check the cumulative distribution function, you have to first check whether the random number is discrete or continuous. On the basis of discrete or continuous, you have to just apply the formula for that one. Okay, how you will just find out whether it is discrete or continuous? See, for example, if there is a range, if they have given with a range, then it is continuous. If no range is given, then it is discrete. See, these are the properties of your cumulative distribution function. F is non-decreasing function. Okay, always it should be a non-decreasing function. It should not be a decreasing, it should be a non-decreasing or a increasing function. If a less than b, for example 0 to 1 I will specify, obviously 0 will be less than 1, then f of a is less than f of b. Okay, if limit is extends to infinity, always f of x is equals to 1. If limit extends to minus infinity, f of x is equals to 0. Okay, so just the example is if p of a less than x less than b equal to f of b minus f of a. Okay, for all a less than b. If a is less than b, then you have to take b minus a. If a is greater than b, you have to take a minus b. But that case will not come here. Always a will be less than b, because you will specify the range first, less number and the greater number. So it should be always a less than b. I'll write it as f of b minus f of a. This is your cumulative distribution function. Yes. Next I'll see the problem. An inspection device has your CDF, that is cumulative distribution function. Then f of x is equals to 1 by 2 0 to x e power minus t by 2 dt. Find the probability. Find first a probability that the device lasts for less than 2 years. For less than 2 years, that is you have to take from 0 to 2. Less than 2 years means always it will start from 0. If it is minus also, f of x is equals to 0. Already we have discussed, is it not? So from 0 to 2 you have to take. Then probability that the device lasts between 2 and 3 years. See here in the question, first you have to decide whether it is discrete function or the continuous function. See here they have given the range. Less than 2 years means you have to take it from 0 to 2. In between 2 to 3 years means from 2 to 3. Here range is given. So it is clear that it is a continuous function. Okay, so we have to get for the solution. You know, if a is less than b, then f of b minus f of a you have to take. First for a I am taking, it is 0 to 2. F of 2 minus f of 0. F of 0 is always 0. So I will take only f of 2. And f of x function is also given here, 1 by 2 into 0 to 2 e power minus t by 2 dt. If you just differentiate this one, e power minus t by 2 divided by 1 by 2 you will get from 0 to 2. I'll just equate the 0 and 2 to this one. If I equate 0 you will get it as 1 e power, then here 2 e power 1 you will get. So this is the value 0.32632. Now solution for second one, b, it is 2 to 3. See here lasts between 2 and 3 years. So 2 to 3. F of 3 minus f of 2. Already f of 2 value is calculated over here. See, this is the f of 2 value 0.632. So I'll go with 3. If only f of 3, what is the meaning of f of 3 minus f of 2? From 0 to 3 and 0 to 2. Okay, always it is 0 to 3 and 0 to 2. So half 0 to 3 e power minus t by 2 dt, it is given over here, then 0.632. Then if you just equate this 0 to 3, you will get 0.145. P 2 less than x less than 3 is equals to 0.145. This is the probability for in between 2 to 3 years, and this is the probability for less than 2 years. This is how we have to just do your cumulative distribution function. Here one thing you have to remember in cumulative, you have to decide whether it is discrete or continuous. If always they'll just ask with the continuous only, because discrete function there is nothing to calculate in that one. Directly p of x you have to write, probability of x, that's it. But here only we have a calculation, so always they will ask with a continuous distribution. Okay, in the next class I'll go with the next topics. Thank you.